the issue for the industry, I think, is that there will be very limited capital, so there won't be much money for investment, and there'll be potentially quite limited or reduced demand.
And these reasons are not related to, say, people are not able to inspect property or attend auctions, but rather the economy in general. Unemployment rates have risen, the lending risk has increased, and there is also some credit tightening in the market.
The property market and everyone who owns and rents at the moment is just trying to hold on. Everyone's banking on, okay, we'll be back to normal soon, everything's going to take off again. But that can only happen, the rent holds and deferments and mortgage deferments and all that can only last so long.
If we look at the population growth of Melbourne per annum, at the moment, each year Melbourne's increasing by about 115,000 people a year, according to ID Consulting, of which approximately 40,000 is just from natural growth, and a very small proportion of internal migration, people coming from other places. And the rest, 75,000, is from overseas immigration. And they are obviously, that proportion is a big driver of demand.
What we have is a massive lack of demand, and probably going forward, this is what is going to probably generate a bit of a shift downwards into a bit of a housing crisis, in essence, in the market, because without the levels of immigration from interstate and also internationally, the high levels of unemployment we're anticipating over the next 6 to 12 months, the property market is probably going to, the bubble is effectively going to burst without this demand factors kind of driving the sector.
Inner city housing market in Melbourne is heavily dependent on students from overseas. Now we have seen the vacancy levels have risen.
I would say we are going to see market declines. I mean, the CommBank has come out and is anticipating that our property market is going to drop by somewhere in the order of 30%. Some of the other banks weren't so pessimistic, and they were, talking 10 to 20%, but that's still a significant drop.